Bing bongy bong, bing bongy bong. This is Joe, the bearded historian. He'll tell you an interesting story. Be careful of his soldiers, they can be brats. This is Angel, she's an entity. She'll cause chaos and plant her hands at you. This is Sue, she likes spirits, not the alcohol. She's the reason this channel exists. This is David, he likes fire trucks. He's here occasionally. Bing bongy bong, bing bongy bong, bing bongy bong. We preserve his story.
It is Monday, about 2 of our trip to Fort Robinson. Technically, this is part 3, because we did the drive around, and then on Friday we did the museum, and today we're doing some of the buildings. We still have one museum, a cemetery for that fort, and down the road maybe we'll stay there. That would be kind of fun, I think, and interesting to do. But hopefully you'll enjoy that. Are you ready? Here we go. Shout out time. Here's a shout out just for you. You support me, so I support you. This shout out is for our friends. Let's see who it is today. Alright, we've got Horsies today, because we'll be seeing the veterinary center. Alright, here we go. We got She Stole, Makeup, Stace, Nikki and Happy, Distracted, Contact, Supered, Hiking Ontario, Derek, Stace, Ty Eats, Mayhem, M&J, Jacob, Catching, Swish, Bubba, Miss T, Rubies, Pinned, Lainey, Tammy, Lower, let's see, TNT, Tay Eats is currently in the lead. There's Jacob, Jared, Susan, Wit. Oh, Tristan's coming up from the back. Is it going to be Tristan? I think it might be. It is Tristan. Hold on. All right, and then it says Tristan. My name is Tristan Bell, born in California. This channel you'll see collabs coming soon, mukbangs, ASMR, storytime, vlogs. So it's kind of a random channel. He's got shorts and videos. He hasn't had a live in a while. But if you like that stuff, check him out. Like, share, comment, and have a good day. Alright, Adobe Officers Quarters. You want to read it?
Yeah. These duplex officers' quarters of Adobe Burnt Construction were completed in 1887 when Fort Robinson became a cavalry regimental headquarters. The structure has been restored by the Nebraska State Historical Society, and furnishings represents those of a typical Fort Robinson officer's home. A post commander's wife, Mrs. James Biddle, wrote the quarters were provided with running water, the first she had seen during her Army life, and the social life was comparable to a large city such as Boston or Washington.
I suppose. Interesting. Yeah. These are the first. This is the first of the buildings we get to go in. That is not a museum, but part of the museum? Question mark.
Part of the historical buildings, outbuildings.
4B. Does that mean that 4A is the one that's missing? Oh, it's good because it's a biplex. It's a duplex. I'm a genius. I'm making up words. Leave me alone. Bi means 2. Girl would be proud of my word. All right. Who lived here? Army officer and his family. Use these rooms. It doesn't look very big. Oh, I want to see more. That's not fair.
Okay.
Living room and a hint
The parlor.
and peek at the bedroom.
Right.
I understand they can't or don't want people to touch, but still, there are better ways to do this.
Good boot jack at the foot of the bed help the officer remove his boots. Oh, that's cool.
Learning from objects in the parlor. What do the furnishings tell us? Learning about the master room, which we can barely see. How was the hallway used? I'm assuming the way most hallways are used.
Here's where the stove was.
Ooh, that's fun. Stove noises. What does this say?
Children's bedroom. Oh, toys. Dresser.
Decent size.
Yeah. The bathroom back there on the other end of the hall.
I was about to say.
Toys, books, and games. None were powered by electricity. Duh.
What? How cheap are them?
Little monitor. Dining room, kitchen. Bird.
Hello, bird. Looks like there's another kitchen over there.
It does.
Can we walk around? That's on the dish pantry.
There are no electrical appliances in the kitchen, but the icebox cooled food using ice harvested during the winter from ponds located along the White River.
Right.
Huge boxes of ice were covered with straw and stored in an ice house, then cut into smaller chunks for use in the officers' quarters and the mess halls. A dish pantry is to the right of the door of the kitchen. This is where tableware and the serving pieces would be stored. When a meal was finished, the servant girl would clear the dirty dishes and immediately reset the table for the next meal. She would then wash and dry the dishes by hand.
Fun then.
That's right.
Yeah, I saw the dishy thing.
Little access to the roof. I don't know if there's a second doorway.
There's a window.
Windows.
Peek in the window. Can't see anything but me, but you kind of can. So I was right. You can go.
Another little peeky area.
Mostly see me. Oh, dishes.
I think this is where maybe the servant lived.
That's what I'm imagining.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I thought from over there. Is probably the servants'
Yeah, 'cause
quarters.
the room's back there, and then there are tables here. So if they wanted to have a meal, they could.
No placard, but that's what I'm assuming. I mean, decent accommodations.
Yes, servants' quarters.
Oh, they put it way down here.
Young unmarried girls to keep house, cook meals, help care for the children. Sewing was another basic duty. Room off the kitchen where a servant kept close to the area where they spent most of her time. Simply furnished space with a place where a girl could showcase her personal memento and find moments of privacy.
Well then, very cool.
Big building. Though.
It's decent size.
They had two of these side by side.
I can understand why.
Yeah. And the adobe brick, as they were noted, helped keep it cool during the summer. And they had the heater, the stove, for winter use, which I imagine out here in the plains was quite chilly at times.
No. Very interesting.
Oh, the walls are a little.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm guessing they were always like that, but from the material at that time, I'm guessing.
History Nebraska, independent agency of the state of Nebraska. Huh.
Interesting.
Oh,
tumbleweed. Right there, it's crossing the road.
Oh, there it goes. Boing, boing, boing. Stopped.
Bye, tumbleweed. Oh, it stopped. Ran out of air. Okay. Just popping in for a minute to say I had to pause the video to go to another, that's lunch, to go to another building and turned off the camera. So we had a second video, or second part. Yes, second part. Anyway, randomness aside, my macaroni is done and I'm going to go soak before work. Or before I go back to work anyway. Veterinarian Hospital. Building number... Oh! What do you suppose those are for? No, the thingy on the ground. Those things. I could see one being like a root cellar, but there's 3 of them.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Where they keep the ice stored?
Maybe. Well, who's in the hospital today?
You tell who's going to be in the crowd. This is the Fort Robinson U.S. Army Veterinary Hospital, built in 1908 during the period of expansion. It's a standard U.S. Army Quartermaster Plan veterinary hospital, 7,700 square feet.
Wow.
One feature of this building is not standard Army design is the horse head on the keystone.
I didn't mean to push that button. I meant to push that button. It is very cool.
We got an operating room here.
Yeah, I wasn't sure where you wanted to go next. Physical therapy.
During the remount period, veterinary personnel continually inspected the oncoming horses and mules until they were issued in 1942 a 20-stall annex. Yes, I hear you guys.
Rude, he's reading.
In addition to providing animal health care, veterinary officers also inspected for all forage prior to purchase. After the Army left in 1948, the U.S. Department of Agriculture took over the post. A local veterinarian used the building for USDA and private practice. The Nebraska State Historical Society restored the veterinary hospital. That is kind of cool.
It's very cool.
In the operating room where they, in this space, the Army horses and mules underwent a variety of medical procedures. Note the large skylights that provided natural lighting in the room. The large table to your right is an operating table. It can be cranked into a vertical position, a standing horse strapped to it, and then the table was cranked back to the horizontal position for the operation. Veterinarians used this table when necessary, but preferred to perform the minor surgeries and procedures outside. The iron bars straight ahead in the room are stocks used to hold injured horses upright so they could be treated for leg injuries and even snake bites.
Yeah, this was in one of my books. That's how I knew what that was.
Yeah.
Because he was a vet. The character was a vet.
Cabinets on the east side of the room, to your left, held veterinary tools, medicine supplies, and including tools for dental work.
If you trust you with your horse, you can trust me with your mouth?
Well, apparently.
Oh, basement!
Basement?
I want to go to the basement, please.
That's locked.
I see that. I kind of figured it would be, but...
And our shout out to History Nebraska, some of my best friends. You can,
anybody want a drink? Tell me you trust that thing. Does it even work? Turn it.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Water's off right now.
Well, it's still early.
Ward stalls. The first of several stalls on the north side of the section were surrounded
Whoa.
by a fine screen used to control an outbreak of mosquito-borne equine encephalitis during World War I.
Well, that's fun.
Screw stalls are 2 colic stalls and mud bath stalls for the treatment of horses with hoof problems. At the far end of the building, outside the sliding doors, are 4 isolation stalls for quarantined animals. They thought of everything.
Yeah, they really did. I kind of wish we could go down further.
Yeah. It says, as the number of horses at the fort increased, additional stalls were needed. In 1941, an extra 20-stall annex was attached to the west end of the hospital, and a year later, 2 50-stall wards were built northwest of the hospital, where the parking lot is located today. So
wow.
They must have tore those ones down.
I think we could go upstairs.
Yeah. Besides
I hear you.
They're like, we see you. Oh.
Yeah, I went in there.
Ooh,
Yeah, a little divot kind of caught me off guard too. I'm gonna go basement noises.
Yes.
North side of the building were sleeping quarters and bathroom for attendants on night duty. A general office, an office for the chief almost said surgeon.
Yes.
I can read words, honestly, I can.
I'll hold an exhibit about the Quartermaster cache. Interesting.
I guess you can't. It looked like there was a door up there. Interesting. I mean, there is a door up there, but I figured since it was open, you go up there.
Office, no loafing.
But
I want to loaf.
I like the little rolly pin.
Huh. In the fall of 1991, workers renovating the Fort Robinson Post Playhouse discovered thousands of objects hidden in the crawl space beneath the floor. Apparently discarded in the 1920s and 30s, many of the items date from the earliest days of the fort's occupation. All the articles on display came from this cache. The Post Playhouse was formerly the Quartermaster Warehouse, which housed a wide inventory of Army supplies and equipment. Military issue items, cavalry equipment, building hardware, and tools were among the objects found. This valuable discovery included material rarely found so well preserved. The Quartermaster Collection provides a unique time capsule from a turn-of-the-century Army post.
Very cool.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Like I said, I like the rolly pin. I know it's not a rolly pin, but I like it anyway. This is
Spoke
cool.
shave for shaping spokes, rounded objects. Spare parts similar to a model 1881 kerosene or oil burning lamp.
Tent pins. Tin cup. Button. Very cool. Oh, hammer.
On sprinkler heads. Tools for curbside work and carpentry. A mallet. Oh. Or they say something to help you sleep.
That's a door thingy? What is that? Oh, it doesn't say. Well, that's just mean. This looks like a
If you
door.
have any suggestions, we'd like to know. Yeah, it does.
This looks like a door thingy.
Or a bracket for like hanging claws on in the bathroom.
Yeah, it could be a little bit for a little low for a towel rack.
Not sure what the cylinder is.
This looks like it's for a sewing machine.
This looks like for a doorknob.
Put your guesses in the comments.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pockets for holding rolls of wrapping paper.
I didn't realize I had, well, for a meat.
Toreador springs. Stop plate. I like the big jar for ink.
Yeah. And want a drink?
Sure. Plicket Club Ginger Ale, pale dry. That's kind of wild. Yeah, fake sword.
I like the fake sword. Well, they have to learn somehow, right?
Right. Wooden practice sword dated 1912 and issued by the Rock Island Arsenal in Illinois. Huh. Swivel snap for the attaching a carbide to a shoulder strap. Field unique hinged horseshoe designed for emergency replacement in the field. Dog tags. That's
Part
cool.
of a bugle.
Yeah. And the hair
What's
brush.
this arrow thingy?
Midian tip. That's
Oh, for on top of the flaggies.
Yeah.
Okay. This door's not locked. Oh yeah, it is. Just doesn't have an outside lock. Oh, speaking of locks, weights and measures, keys.
1908 Sears Roebuck and catalog.
See, that's definitely a door thingy.
Yeah. Brands. For the hooves. Oh, record of death and interment. Quartermaster Department also responsible for burials. The deceased soldier was a member of the 9th Cavalry, one of the famed Buffalo Soldier units stationed at Fort Robinson.
Interesting.
See the IC brand, meaning inspected and condemned. No longer needed by the Army. E12 indicates Troop 12, Cavalry, Troop E. Sadly, Company B.
And this is just a U.S. because that's where we are.
Easy Canadians from stealing their horses.
Canadians are the nice guys, remember?
Well, some days. Tent pins. Buttons.
Yeah, the buttons are kind of cool.
QM core stenciled on the bulb. And Quartermaster department. And a lot of different stamps for marking stuff. It's kind of cool.
Very cool.
We need to think we can walk further in it, but hey, you know, you can't go visit, you can.
Right? Exactly.
I like the mini door too.
I like the mini door. Anybody want to go in the mini door? It's big enough for the girl.
Yes,
Yes, she would be very sad about that.
angel size.
Angel sized.
Okay, now back to the park.
Still want to know what those are for.
Yeah, it does make you wonder. Because they're also directly below the windows.
Yeah, but they're not on that side.
I know, that's what's weird about it.
Of course, on that side, that's mostly the operating room. So maybe it had something to do with the horses or something?
Maybe.
Look, tiny sidewalk.
Tiny sidewalk. Road's not that far. Maybe they gotta finish paving it or something.
Maybe. Stop it.